All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're back in the Corona Bunker Studios here in my living room after being on the road yesterday. It's good to be back. We are going through a lot in life, and people are resetting, people are trying to recover, they're trying to reopen. There's all these re's. And somebody who's got some easy tips for you to, succeed, transition into remote work and stuff like that. Jason Van Camp joins us right now along with Frank Morano. He's a former Green Beret commander, cognitive training specialist, and he's also the best-selling author of Deliberate Discomfort, Master the Art of Getting Comfortable Being Uncomfortable. Almost like a conundrum. But I don't know if you watched Last Dance, the whole Michael Jordan and the Bulls thing on ESPN. You watch any of that yet?
Not yet. I've been at home with kids right now and the wife, and I'm a huge Jordan fan, man. So I've been reading up on it. I'm looking forward to watching the series.
Charles Barkley, not in the show, but related to the show. Charles Barkley was telling a story how they were in London and in the UK, and Jordan wanted to play golf, so they took him with some local pros who were like 1 and 0 handicaps, and they said one guy was an alleged hustler, and they were all getting together, the eights to say, all right, boys, what's the bet? And the guy says, well, Michael, it's up to you. And what do you want to bet, Michael? He goes, whatever makes you uncomfortable. That was his response. So very fitting, because that's one thing people don't usually deal with. They defer from getting into uncomfortable situations. Tell us about the strategy.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the book, Deliberate Discomfort, is to help people understand that only through discomfort can we find growth, can we improve, can we become better people, stronger people. So it isn't about finding comfort and clinging to it. It's about finding that discomfort. And a lot of people would tell you, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I'm telling you the opposite. I'm telling you, if it ain't broke, break it and make it better.
So
everyone's telling you to see comfort. Look, go ahead.
Conceptually, if you want to build your body, if you want to build muscles, the idea is you got to keep breaking them, right? You got to keep ripping them so that they heal stronger, and that that's how you get them bigger, stronger, right? I mean, I'm not a big workout guy, but I thought the idea was to tear, and then they grow stronger. Same thing. Same thing with your psyche, right? If you don't get outside your bounds and test them a little bit, you never know where your breaking point is. You got to live in a lane.
That's exactly right. If you've ever been to the gym, you understand that the only way you'll grow your body, you'll become stronger, is through discomfort, by putting more weights on the bar, by taking less time to rest in between sets, by working out longer, by being smarter about how you work out. And that same mindset we're trying to apply to everyday life, so people can take that deliberate discomfort mindset, that mentality, that psychology, and say, you know what? I can be the person I've always wanted to be by doing this.
So, Jason, obviously I understand the role of discomforture as an Army Ranger or a Green Beret, and you're carrying out all these crazy special operations around the world. But talk to folks watching at home about how that applies to what people may be going through now. Let's say they're stuck at home, going a little stir crazy. Let's say they can't enjoy whatever their favorite leisure activity is, whether it's going to the gym or going to a restaurant, or let's say they just can't get together with a brother or a cousin and give them a hug. What do the lessons that you try to get across in deliberate discomfort? How can people who are just discomfortable at home, what can they learn from that?
Well, I'm going to give 5 points to help people understand how to become more comfortable in this discomfort. But before I get to that, I just want to let you know and everybody else know, hey, COVID-19, it's really hurt my company. It's basically catastrophically destroyed a lot of.
You have a consulting company, right?
Oh, go ahead, right ahead.
Yeah, you have, just so folks know, you have a leadership and consulting company. Is that right?
That's correct. My company is called Mission 60, and we do keynotes, we do workshops, and we do custom events for NFL teams, Major League Baseball teams, professional sports teams, and corporate clients. And all my contracts this year are canceled or postponed. I've literally lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's even forced me to grow my hair out, man. I can't go to the barber, so I look like a fat Moses right now. But I don't mind, man. Let my people go, right? So I think to
Come
myself,
down
what
from
do I
the hill
do?
with the tablets, will you?
Yeah, dude,
He's only got 5 though. He doesn't have 10. Only 5.
Darn
commandments.
it!
yeah. I'll get the other 5 the next time we talk. So I'm
what are
asking
they?
myself, hey, what do I do about it? Do I sit back and wait for something good to happen to me, or do I close up shop and use COVID as an excuse for why I failed, or should I do something about it? So I choose to do something about it. Times are tough for everyone. I feel like everyone's feeling this discomfort. People are feeling uncomfortable, to say the least. But what I'm saying is, this isn't something we should hide from or pretend that we're not going through. Let's embrace this deliberate discomfort and be vulnerable and be honest about what we're going through. Like I said, I'm going through some tough times right now, so I decided to pivot my company to provide online training. So we created an online masterclass which covers all of our curriculum, all of our training. It's in our book, Deliberate Discomfort, and so we're pitching that next month. And that's how we're trying to survive. That's how we're trying to become vulnerable and show people that, listen, we're not going to just sit back and do nothing and wait for someone to save us. We're not going to close up shop and say, hey, COVID-19 destroyed my business. This was an excuse for us to fail. No, man. No, I'm a Green Beret, a special forces guy, and I earned my Green Beret. I reported to my unit for the first time, and my boss told me, when he introduced me to my team, now you're in command, do something about it. And so that's what I'm trying to get other people to realize as well. It's like, now it's time to do something about it.
So give us the 5 points that people can learn from if they're having a tough time.
So I would tell them this. Listen, more communication at home is point number 1. You're at home, you're with your wife, you're with your kids. You need to communicate with them and tell them, hey, listen, for me, like, I've got business calls today at this time. I can't play with the kids. Please don't interrupt. You need to take the kids and go somewhere else. At this time, as a family, we're going to go outside for a walk, or we're going to go for a run. Or, hey, listen, at 5 p.m. every day, work's going to shut down and we're going to have dinner. We're going to spend time as a family for a couple hours. Communicate with your family. For a lot of people, they're going to become stronger with their spouses. And for other people, like, divorce rates are going to skyrocket, after COVID-19 is all said and done. The second point I'd make is, hey, take scheduled breaks, don't be in the half work, half distracted mode. If your kids are running around upstairs or crying or what have you, if you've got emails opened up and you're trying to do a podcast, but at the same time you're trying to respond to emails or text messages, stay focused on the task at hand. The third thing is, start your day by doing something that you love. If you absolutely hate grinding through your emails, take the first 30 minutes, maybe an hour of the day, doing the one thing that you love doing to get you in that right mindset. And once you're doing that, it could be working out, it could be, watching ESPN, it could be doing whatever it is that gets you going, that gets you out of bed in the morning. Do that. Fourth, I would say, get in the right frame of mind. You can't be lounging around in your sweats and your Lulus all day long. Like, you're, at home, you're on webinars, you're doing Zoom conference calls, Microsoft Teams, Google Hangouts, whatever it is. Wear a friggin' sports jacket, put on a collared shirt. You don't have to just wear sweatpants all day. And if you get in that right mindset, you'll be better focused and more attentive to what's at hand. And the fifth and final thing I'll tell you is, let's put an emphasis on decentralization. Your boss is trusting you to do the right thing. And trust is a process, and it starts with belief. And he's believing that you can do the right thing. And he's verifying through actionable trust building activities that you are doing the right thing. So don't let that person down. Show them that you can work at home, and by God, you're better at home than you are at your job in the office.
That's for sure.
The Twitter CEO, Jack Dorsey, told his employees, hey,
work from home forever
will be our decision. If the employees come back, it'll be their decision.
Right. He basically said the whole company can work from home for life. Just work from home. He basically told everyone.
Perpetuity. Stay at home. Work at home for life.
I know.
That's what he's saying to his employees.
I think, Jay, we got to have you back on. I spent 30 years on Wall Street. I would love to come on your podcast one time or something and give people some tips on how to make your counterparty uncomfortable in a business negotiation. Because I've got a bunch of tricks up my sleeve that I've used to throw off the opposing party in the negotiations, and I don't want to say I'm the best deliverer, but when you do something that makes them uncomfortable or puts them out of their zone, they start questioning their own decision making. Sometimes.
love
Thank you,
it.
They're not
Jason.
used
Beat
to it.
Navy.
Yes, sir. Beat Navy. A
Yeah.
great way to end the program. John, take you up on that. Thanks
Jay,
so much, Frank.
no doubt. Love to
Guys,
talk to you. All right, thank you very much. Jason Van Camp, check out his book, Deliberate Discomfort. And he is right. You should give yourself some deliberate discomfort to test your bounds. And you should always figure out a way to give some deliberate discomfort to someone in a negotiation. In many ways, non-physical. We'll be back right after this, more Liquid Lunch.